வணக்கம் நண்பர்களே. சிவில் சர்வீஸ் எக்ஸாம் 2025 மெயின் எக்ஸாம் பேப்பர், கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர், ஜெனரல் ஸ்டடீஸ் பேப்பர் 4, எத்திக்ஸ், இன்டெகிரிட்டி அண்ட் ஆப்டிடியூட். எத்திக்ஸ், இன்டெகிரிட்டி அண்ட் ஆப்டிடியூட். So, general studies 4, and these are the instructions. There are 12 questions divided into 2 sections and printed both in Hindi. All are compulsory. The number mark carried by question part of indicated it, and answer must be written in the medium authorized in the question. Admissible certificate must be stated, cover, question, answer. Booklet and space provided. Right? Let's see, we'll go. Section A. The present digital age. Social media has revolutionized our way of communication and interaction. However, it has raised several ethical issues with the challenges. Describe key ethical dilemmas in this record. So it's about 10 marks, 150 words. 1B. The constitutional morality is not being sentiment but the product of civil education and adherence of rule of law. Examine the significance of constitutional morality for public servant, highlighting the role of promoting good governance and ensuring accountability in public administration. 150 words, 20 marks. 2. Carl von Clausewitz once said, "What is a diplomacy by other means? Critically analyze the above statement in the present context contemporary to geopolitical conflict." 10 marks. Keeping the national security in mind, examine the ethical dilemmas related to the controversies over environmental clearance of development projects in ecologically sensitive border areas in the country. 10 marks. Third question. Given below are 3 quotations of great thinkers. What do you each of these quotations convey in your present context? Those who in trouble and troubled are will trouble itself. Thiruvalluvar, 10 marks. The greatest discovery of any generation is that the human being can alter his life by altering his attitude. William James, 10 marks. C. The strength of society is not in its laws, but in the morality of its people. Swami Vivekananda. All 3 has 10 marks each. Fourth, for any kind of social re-engineering by successfully implementing warfare schemes, a civil servant must use reason and critically thinking and ethical framework. Justify this statement with suitable examples. 10 marks. B. What are the major teachings of Mahavir? Explain their relevance in the contemporary world. 10 marks. Fifth question. A. One who is devoted to one's duty attains highest perfection in life. Analyze this statement with reference to sense of responsibility and personal fulfillment as a civil servant. 10 marks. B. To achieve holistic development goal, a civil servant acts as an enabler and active facilitator of growth rather than regulator. What specific measures will you suggest to achieve this goal? 10 marks. It is said that for an ethical work culture, there must be code of ethics in place in every organization to ensure value-based and compliance-based work culture. What suitable measures would you adopt in your workplace? 10 marks. And sixth, B. India is emerging economic power of the world as it recently secured its status of 4th largest economy in the world as per IMF projection. However, it has been observed that some sectors allocated funds remain either unutilized, underutilized or misutilized. What specific measures would you recommend for ensuring accountability in this record to stop leakages and gaining the status of 3rd largest economy of the world in near future? 10 marks. Now the section B. Section B, this question has 250 marks. It's about 4 questions. Let me read it. Vijay was a deputy commissioner of a remote district, Northeastern region in the country for the last 2 years. In the month of August, heavy rains lashed a complete state followed by a cloud burst in the upper reaches of said district. The damage was very heavy and the complete state, especially the affected district. The complete road network and telecommunication were disrupted and the buildings were damaged extensively. People's houses have been destroyed and they were forced to stay in open. More than 200 people have been killed and about 5,000 people badly injured. The civil administration under Vijay got activated and started conducting rescue and relief operations. Temporary shelter camps, hospitals were established to provide shelter and medical facilities to the homeless and injured people. Helicopter services were pressed in for evaluating sick and old people in remote areas. Vijay got a message from his hometown, Kerala, that his mother was very seriously ill. After 2 days, Vijay received an unfortunate message that his mother has expired. Vijay has no close relative except one elder sister who is a US citizen and is staying for the last several years. In the meantime, the situation in the affected district has further deteriorated due to resumption of heavy rains after a gap of 5 days. At the same time, continuous messages were coming on his mobile from his hometown to reach that earliest performing last rites of his mother. What are the options available with Vijay? What are the ethical dilemma being faced by Vijay? Critically evaluate and examine these options identified by Vijay. Which of the following options do you think would be the most appropriate for Vijay to adopt it? Very, very well situational questions. So its answer is very, very important. Very nice. It's 250 words and 20 marks. So next situational question will go. It's a 250 words you have to write. In line with the directive principles of state policy enshrined in Indian Constitution, the government has constitutional obligation to ensure basic needs, roti, kapda or makan, food, clothes and shelter. And for the underprivileged, pursuing the mandate, the district administration proposed clearing portion of forest land to develop housing for homeless and economically weaker sections of the society. The proposed land, however, is economically sensitive zone and densely populated with the age-old trees, medical plants, and vital biodiversity. Besides, these forests help to regulate microclimate and rainfall, provide habitat for wildlife, support soil fertility, prevent land soil erosion, sustain livelihood of tribal and nomadic communities. In spite of ecological and social cost, the administration argues in favor of this said proposal by highlighting that this very initiative addresses fundamental human rights as a critical welfare priority. Besides, it fulfills the government's duty to uplift and empower the poor through inclusive close housing development. Further, these forests or areas have become unsafe due to wild animal threats and recurring human wildlife conflicts. Lastly, clearing forest zones may help curb antisocial elements allegedly using these areas as hideouts, thereby enhancing law and order. Can deforestation be ethically justified in pursuit of social welfare objectives like housing for homeless? What are the socio-economic, administrative, and ethical challenges balancing environment conservation and human development? What substantial alternative and policy interventions can be proposed to ensure both environmental integrity and human dignity are protected? 250 words, 20 marks. So next situation. Subhas is a secretary in PW department in the state government and he is a senior officer known for his competence, integrity, dedication to work. He enjoys the trust of confidence of a minister in charge of PWD and program implementation. As part of his job profile, he is responsible for policy formulation, execution of projects relating to infrastructure initiatives in the state. Besides, he oversees the technical and administrative aspects related to planning, designing, and construction. Subhash, minister, is an important minister and in the state, and significant growth of urban infrastructure development road network has been registered during his tenure. He is very keen launching ambitious road construction project in near future. Subhas is in regular touch with the minister and working various modalities of road construction project, regular meetings, interactions. Presentations are made by him and minister before formal public announcement. Projects made by minister and Subhas' only son, Vikas, is a real estate business. His son is run his own sources, where mega road projects are unveiled and announced in this record and expected anytime. He is very well known to his father and exact location of the upcoming project. He knows that there would be a quantum jump in the prices of land and vicinity. Buying land at this stage, cheaper prices would pay him rich dividend. So he is pleading with the father day and day out share him location and proposed project. He assured him that he would handle the matter discreetly as it would not attract any adverse notice as is a normal course. Keeps on buying land and part of his business. He feels pressurized because of constant pleading by his son. Another significant aspect of this matter pertains the external undue interest of the above project by the Minister of PWD. His nephew was also having a big infrastructure project company. In fact, the minister has also introduced his nephew to him, indicated to him to take care of his nephew's business interest in forthcoming project. The minister encouraged him to act fast in matter as early announcement of execution of mega road project would enhance his status in the party and public life. In the above backdrops, Subhas, in a fixed and tenure of action, discussed the ethical issues involved in this case, critically examined the options available to Subhas to in the above situation, which of the above would be the most appropriate and why. 250 words and 220 marks. So we'll go to the another part. Rajesh is a Group A officer of 9 years of experience. He is posted as administrative officer in the oil public sector undertaking, and as an administrative officer, he is responsible for managing and coordinating various administrative tasks to ensure smooth functioning of the office. He also manages office supplies and equipment, etc. Rajesh is now a senior officer and expecting his next promotion in JAG junior administrative grade in the next 1 or 2 years. He knows that promotion is based on the examination, ACR performance appraisal of last 5 years. As an officer in the DPC, the Departmental Promotion Committee, and an officer lacking requisite grading of ACR may not be found fit for promotion. Consequences of the losing promotion may entail financial and reputational loss and setback for career progression. Though he also puts his best efforts in officially discharge his duties, yet his unsure assessment by his superior officer is now putting extra efforts so that he gets thumping report in the end of the financial year. As an administrative officer, Rajesh is regularly interact with his immediate boss, who is his reporting officer, writing ACR. One day, he calls Rajesh and wants him to buy a computer related to stationery and priority from a particular vendor. Rajesh instructs his office to initiate action for procuring these items. During the day, the dealing assistant brings an estimate rupees 35 lakh covering all stationery items from the same vendor. It is noticed as per the delegated financial powers provided in the GS-4 General Financial Rules is applicable for the organization. Expenditure of the office seems exceeding rupees 30 lakhs requires sanction of the next higher authority. Boss, in the present case, Rajesh knows immediate superior would expect all these purchases should be done at his level and may not appreciate the lack of initiative in his part. During the discussion with the office, he learns that common practice of splitting the expenditure where large order is divided into series and smaller ones is followed to avoid obtaining sanction from higher authorities. This practice is against the rules and may come to the adverse notice of audit. Rajesh is perturbed and he is unsure of taking decision in this matter. What are the options available for Rajesh above situation? What are the ethical issues involved in this case, and which would be the most appropriate for Rajesh and why? 250 words and 20 marks. So now 11th question. 11th question, again it's a situation. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program, MGNREGA, was known as the National Rural Employment Scheme, NRGA. It is an Indian social welfare program aimed at fulfilling the right to work provisions made in the Constitution. MGNREGA was launched in 2006 under Rural Employment Sector by the Ministry of Rural Development. Main objective of the program is to give legal guarantee of wage employment to the adult member of rural household who are willing to do unskilled manual labor work subject to maximum 100 days as per the year every household. Every rural household has a right to register under the scheme. Job card is issued to the registered. Job holder can seek employment. State government shall pay 25% of the minimum wage and first 30 days and compensate the daily unemployment allowance to the families as a wage remaining period of the year. MGNREGA work was undertaken by the various Gram Panchayats. You have been appointed as administrator in charge of the district and you have been given responsibility of monitoring MGNREGA work undertaken by various Gram Panchayats. You are also given the authority to give technical sanctions to the MGNREGA works. In one of the panchayats in your jurisdiction, you notice your predecessor has mismanaged the program in terms of money not disbursed to the actual job seekers, muster roll of the laborers not properly maintained, mismatch between the work and the done payment made to the fictitious person, job cards were given without looking into the need of the person, mismanagement of funds and the extent of siphoning funds, approved work that never existed in this situation. What is your reaction to the above situation? How do you restore the proper functioning of MGNREGA program in this regard? What actions would you initiate to solve the various issues listed above? How would you deal with the above situation? 250 words and 20 marks. And the last question in this part, here it is. Ashok is a divisional commissioner, one of the border districts in Northeast state, and a few years back, military has taken over the neighboring country after overthrowing an elected civil government. Civil war situation is prevailing in the country, especially in the last 2 years. However, internal situation further deteriorated due to rebel groups taking over, control certain populated areas near border. Due to intense fight between the military and the rebel groups, the civilian casualties has increased manyfold in recent past. In the meantime, in one night, Ashok got information from the local police guarding the border checkpost that there are about 200 to 250 people, mainly women and children, trying to cross over to our side of the border. So there are also about 10 soldiers with their weapons in the military uniform in the group who wants to cross over. Women and children are also crying and begging for help. A few of them injured and bleeding profusely need immediate medical care. Ashok tried to contact Home Secretary of the state but failed to do so due to poor connectivity, mainly due to inclement weather. Now, what are the options available for Ashok to cope up this situation? What are the ethical and legal dilemmas being faced by Ashok? Which of the options do you think would be the more appropriate for Ashok to adopt and why? And in the present situation, what are the extra precautionary measures to be taken by the border guarding police in dealing with the soldiers in uniform? So 250 words and 20 marks. So till now we are discussing about civil service exam, main exam paper, general studies paper. It's a question paper. Paper 4, ethics, integrity and aptitude. Ethics, integrity and aptitude. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க, கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, பெல் ஐக்கன் பிரஸ் பண்ண மறந்து போயிடாதீங்க. அப்பதான் நாங்க போஸ்ட் பண்ற வீடியோவோட நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் உங்களுக்கு வரும்.